Welcome everyone to this channel. My name is Jörg, which is German for George, here at Find a Job in Germany. And with me today is my colleague and partner,
Tammo. Welcome.
Tammo, why don't you introduce yourself to the people?
For the people who don't know me, I'm Tammo. I'm managing partner of Find a Job in Germany, and we help tech and IT professionals to get a job in Germany. And we do that for quite some time now. Before we started Find a Job in Germany, we worked as tech recruiters, so that's our business. We talk to many software developers.
Putting our knowledge now to valuable use for you out there. And today we're going to talk about CV photos. This is actually based on a frequent requirement or a frequently asked question that we get quite a lot. CV photos, photos in CVs, what does it really mean? Well, we're going to really shed some light on this, even give you some practical tips for today, so you might want to follow. Thank you very much.
So how does a good CV photo have to look like?
Exactly. And maybe before we come to that, we want to touch on the question, Tammo, is a photo in your CV really necessary? I think that's the first starting point that everybody is coming across when they're drafting their CV, especially when it comes to finding a job in Germany.
Well, in a perfect world, I would say it is not. But
what do you mean by that? In a perfect world, ideally it's not.
Well, of course. So when I worked as a recruiter, when I scan CVs, I don't like to see the pictures because a lot of people are biased because of certain things in the pictures, and I don't like that. So I personally prefer pictures without a CV.
Yeah, CVs without a photo.
Without a photo. What do you say?
Exactly, and this is what we're also experiencing and what we've experienced over the last years. Really important for everyone to know. There is a clear advantage for those people who happen to be good looking and a clear disadvantage to those that the majority of people or society does not acknowledge to be good looking. Because there's actually, and this is what you need to know, there's a certain phenomenon when it comes to evaluating candidate CVs based on looks. And it's a system error that I like to refer to, and maybe you've heard of it. It's called halo effect. Halo effect essentially means that just because you're looking good means you're smart. Just because you are a good-looking person, you're gonna be the right fit for the job. Now the thing is really, objectively and scientifically, the one thing has absolutely nothing to do with the other, and this is really just for us to mention at this point in time. And now we come to the but, and then there is reality.
Yeah, so as I said in the beginning, I prefer CVs without a photo, to be honest. But what we learned over the last 2 to 3 years, we work with thousands and thousands of people and help them getting jobs here, and we measure everything what we're doing, and obviously we have helped so many people with their CVs, and we know exactly how you need to do the perfect CV for the German job market. And of course, over the years, we tested CVs with a photo, without a photo, and what we found out, CVs with a photo get better results than without a photo.
Mm-hmm. So we now come to the question what that exactly means, because we also know of people that are already applying for jobs with a photo in their CV, and we want to make sure you understand what that really means. And maybe you are not aware of it, but when it comes to Germany, when it comes to Europe in general, I would say, but let's now stick to Germany. You really don't want to use a photo that looks like the photograph that you've already been using for your passport. And that means looking into the camera like this. Okay, and maybe what you want to do, just as a practical piece of advice, go ahead and, just like with a good German CV format, Google photo CV, and you're going to get really nice results. And now those are professionally taken photos. Do we need to go that far, Tammo?
No, of course not. In our program, we have a clear guide how you should take a photo, and all what you need for that is like having a half decent smartphone.
Pretty much your own smartphone, exactly.
Then follow some rules. and take the own photo, get a friend and get a good picture taken.
Exactly.
I
And
mean,
this is already really for you to know, and those are no-brainers, no sunglasses, no hat. There shouldn't be a person in the background. No other people should be in the photo. It should only be you, and it should really look like it's only you in the portrait.
no selfie.
No selfie, please, absolutely. And no cutouts. So don't use a photo where, for example, Tammo and I are both in the picture, but then you're cutting your way halfway through here, and then you're just using one half or the other to put that in your CV. Also, that one will notice right away. You can do it indoors, you can do it outdoors. It doesn't really matter. What matters, it pictures you in your authentic style, who you are,
Exactly.
and what you want to really be portrayed as.
And of course, smile.
Smile, very important. Let's get to the bottom of things here now. From a legal perspective, there have been certain, let's say, regulations in certain countries where you are no longer supposed to be applying with a CV, or companies also say they are going to be making the application process entirely unbiased, so entirely not based on photos in CVs. We've even seen it go this far that there are companies that will not even want to know your name. And again, this goes into the whole question of which company is willing and open to hire abroad, which company has that international culture, which company doesn't care if your first name is Katarina or it's Abdullah. I mean, this is really what it comes down to. But as long as you haven't really identified those kinds of companies, we suggest you're just playing it very frank and you want to be open about it. As Tammo said, we have seen slightly better results from applications where people have used their photo. If you put your photo in, again, you want to put it in the upper right-hand corner. That's where it typically belongs.
And if you use a photo, use a good photo like we described it, or leave it out.
Exactly. And if you're really not sure, leave it out. You might want to get some feedback from somebody else, ideally bringing it back to what we already shared. Somebody else is taking it for you from a few meters away. It shouldn't really be a big problem for you.
But again, we have also seen a correlation. If the photo is really good, people get even more invites. I mean, it's not fair, but
It's not fair, no.
that's what we have at least discovered in the last years. But
And exactly, our job here at Find a Job in Germany is not to schmooze you or to give you any BS. Really, that's what we try not to do, but in fact tell you exactly how it works and why it works. And this is an important thing to know and be aware of, because that's the world we live in, and there's simply no way around it. And that's also why we're sharing this. You may want to call it tragic reality, but hey, well, if you don't feel confident, there is always a way of making you feel good. If you want to apply a filter, it's perfectly fine. Just don't let the photo be appearing in a too fake way. You don't want to, have a photo that looks like you're really using any deep fakes or AI, where it's really not you anymore. Okay, that's how far you should go. But in any case, I think this is really important information today. Thank you so much, Tammo.
thank you, Jörg.
And your photo is also very nice, if I may say, the one that you're using on LinkedIn. So if you need some inspiration, check out this guy on LinkedIn. You can also check me out on LinkedIn. You can also check out Raul on LinkedIn. Follow us. Please subscribe to this channel if you found this to be helpful. We are, of course, always running our personal coaching program. And if you're interested,
watch the video training which you find below this video. Book a get-to-know call with us. We will evaluate your profile. If we think you have good chances of landing a job in Germany, we're going to work with you. Usually it takes 2 to 3 months. And then you come here to Germany and work here.
great, perfect. See you soon. Thank you.
See you. Bye-bye.